Welcome back, everybody, to PMT Digital. My name is Luis, the owner operator of PMT, over here located in San Antonio, Texas. So, today's topic of the day is what is SEO, GEO, and AEO, and which one is more beneficial for your business right this in the moment. So, a lot of times people are focusing their energy and trying to find simple answers on AI platforms like Gemini, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude. So, a lot of times people are really skipping the old traditional way of searching on Google search, right? So, in today's society, you have to adapt and find ways how you become the first ranking business when someone asks a specific question and you want to be the answer for that specific question in today's market. So the main question is, when AI recommends a business, does your business actually show up? And majority of the time, people don't really know this, but a lot of times, no, right? We all go through this. So in today's guide, we're going to show you this presentation, how to get there and how to actually move ahead and strategize your business to be the number one ranked answer on the AI platforms. So next slide. The three forces, right? Decide who's found online in 2026. SEO, GEO, and AEO. These three optimization strategies together decide who gets discovered online. Understanding each of these essentials, it's going to get you ahead the next coming months and also over the years that come, correct? SEO. SEO is traditional. It's been around us for 25, 20 years or so. So it's one of the top players at the moment still with blog posts, articles in your specific website, in your blog posts, even in specific LinkedIn articles. They go a long way. But everyone's heard of it, everyone's familiar with it, but if you're not implementing that type of strategy already into your website, it's not too late, but it's still a recommended thing to have because a lot of AI platforms are going to be using that to look for specific answers for the questions they have, right? GEO. GEO is most people get that confused, right? So most business owners haven't talked about this yet lately, but it's all about structuring the answer correctly on your blog posts, LinkedIn articles, or in your videos as well. So you got to make sure that you're always making sure that the page of the articles, wherever you're posting this information, is nice and clear with a nice heading and a clear description, and also linking back to your website and the same contact information at the end of the day. AEO is really important right now because, like, let's say if you don't have SEO or GEO, AEO is one of the fastest ways to rank higher on like platforms like ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini. Because if you structure your content sharp and structured and very organized, so AI platforms can actually read it faster, then it's going to take you a long way and you can skip all of that and make sure you can rank higher on your, Google search and AI platforms as well. So the big picture today is how do you get found in 2026, right? So let's go into the SEO. SEO, the foundation that still holds everything together, right? SEO is making your website show up traditionally in search results, right? As I said before, over 20 years. A lot of keywords, backlinks, and also maintaining a fast navigation site goes a long way into your site. But in today's market, what I've noticed is that a lot of people are not really clicking into your blog posts anymore. They're going straight to the source. So whenever you go to Google search, it's going to give you an AI overview answer, right? So instead of clicking any website or any links, it's going to give you the exact same answer, given a little credit where they found the blog post or what article they found it on Reddit, LinkedIn, or wherever works best, right? For that specific answer of the question. So majority of the time, people are not actually focusing on these blog posts, but you have to stay consistent and actually build reputation and build new information and keeping up to date with new content with blog posts or video posts to make sure that you're ranking higher in these, AI overview answers or ChatGPT answers or Gemini answers. The whole game is how do you make sure you're the answer for that specific question, right? So make this quick. How do you win in GEO? GEO. Make your content the source of AI chooses to quote, right? Follow these three principles to ensure the business gets featured in AI generated summaries. Clear answers, obviously. Keep it simple, not too detailed, but like very, very, just get straight to the point. Because remember, AI is going to analyze a page in less than a second. So we want to make sure they find that as easily as possible to make sure they can provide that answer to your future customer, right? Organized structure, well formatted, healthy, not too chatty. Because a lot of people, what they do is they would, let's say, create a answer on ChatGPT, right? And they'll just paste it. But there's one easy step to skip. They skip is that they have to actually analyze it and put it into a website where it says zero GPT. So it makes it more humanized and less robotic, because a lot of times AI platforms or Google, they can sense if it's actually a personal answer or a AI answer. So if you use that extra step, it's going to take you a long way. Fast and trustworthy. Quick loading pages with credible authority content. You got to make sure that you have a reputation of keeping up and actually posting constantly on your social media, your blog posts, your Google business profile. That goes a long way as well. And also AI friendly format, easy to read and extract key informations, right? So specific questions about that that person, that client's answer looking for, it goes a long way. Like, what's the best marketing agency in New Braunfels or San Antonio or in Texas, whatever. You can be one of the main factors. Or how do I change a leaky pipe underneath my house? If you have that specific content, a video or blog post or LinkedIn article, that can go a long way as well. So the advantages for GEO is pretty much making sure GEO gets your quoted. Your name shows up in even if nobody's clicks on anything, right? Building authority and trust beyond a traditional ranking, right? Beyond the list, while SEO puts you on the list, GEO ensures you're cited directly with AI generated summaries, right? So like that's back to ChatGPT, AI overview on Gemini and Google search and Claude and Perplexity, right? So make sure the format of the content is nice and clean and structured so it's easy for the AI platforms to actually find you faster. AEO. AEO is one of my favorite things right now because let's say if you are behind with SEO, let's say you're a new business, right? And you have no blog posts on your website, you have nothing, right? You're not answering any questions their customers are asking, right? In the local market or on the web. AEO can actually get you ahead and actually put you in those AI platform answers if you do it correctly, right? So AEO, answer engine optimization. I just want to put that out there. Is making your business a single answer. AI gives the relevant questions a list of not a source. The one name AI recommends examples. Who is the best electrician company near me? AI is going to give you that specific location. It might give you a couple of them, but people who are actually ranking in these AEOs are people who are being consistent. Back to the GEO, who are blogging articles, they're making videos, how-to videos, educational videos. All those go a long way. And also, Google business profiles, they go a long way as well. A lot of businesses skip that part, like creating posts on it, keeping updates, also getting more reviews. Reviews go a long way as well. So, put a little bit of factor, a little bit of time each day on each of these individual tasks. Little by little, AI platforms are going to see like, hey, this guy's committed. They know what they're talking about. They're going to trust you and put you ahead because a lot of people are still stuck in the SEO type of blog posts, because a lot of times people are forgetting that this is the era of digital content. So if you do it right, you could be ranking higher on these platforms. Why AEO matters more than ever. Being the answer wins the comes before a competition even knows the conversation even happened. This is the highest value digital real updates in 2026. When AI recommends your business directly, you capture attention instantly. Because in today's analytics, a lot of people are actually, instead of like uh best restaurant near me, they're gonna go on a platform like Gemini or ChatGPT. They're gonna be like, what's the best restaurant in the local market that serves this type of food, this type of service, in this location. So it's very long form prompts, but whenever AI is actually gathering that information, they're going through several websites in less than a second to make sure they're answering that specific question to you as fast as possible for any services, any location you're trying to find in your local area. So That's one of the biggest things is like if you find the question that your clientele are actually typing in and looking for, and you become the answer, then that's how you get ahead. So the three forces online discovery in 2026. SEO foundation gets you on the list, the essential starting points for traditional search visibility. GEO authority gets you quoted in AI summaries. Your content becomes a source of AI reference. So that's a big factor right there. And AEO is one of the biggest things if you want to get ahead in today's market. So let's say you already have SEO, you can already go ahead and start working on AEO. If your articles and your blog posts, your content structured and organized for AI platforms to actually analyze and source it to the clientele, right? So that's one of the big factors. But at the end of the day, a lot of people are still trying to figure out if this is actually the best bang for their buck, right? Because this is a new thing and a lot of people don't know if this is gonna, you know, work for them. And a lot of people say, how long does AEO actually take to work? Well, most people in the industry, from the analytics and the data that I've seen, most people actually see this type of movement work around after 60 to 90 days. When when all those three in the area, like GEO, SEO, and AEO, working together consistently, it's still gonna take some time, but it's in the right direction to put you ahead months and years ahead in today's market, right? So also another question is, can a small business compete with bigger companies using AEO? And yes, you can. And honestly, this is where small businesses have the advantages right now. So advantage. Create that content, find those questions and answer them immediately. AI favors the most relevant and clear written answers in today's market. So if you get that ahead, you're going to be a no-brainer to win. And also, you don't need a big budget for this. A small business that answers specific local questions better than national companies will win the answer every time. So if you know your local market compared to a big corporation, you're already ahead of the game. You just got to make some time and put yourself out there as much as possible. And also, the last question is SEO dead? No, SEO is not dead. SEO is one of the biggest factors right now for AI platforms through AEO and GEO, just to make sure that it's still using old traditional ways to find the answers of the questions that you're looking for, but SEO is still a big factor of it, you know? So SEO is the foundation. Without GEO and AEO, it don't work. But SEO alone isn't enough in today's market. So you have to play you have to implement all these three factors into your strategy in today's society to rank higher in AEO, GEO, and SEO. So guys, if you have more questions about this, please reach out to us. We're we're more than willing to help you out on your website. Check out to see what type of strategies, what's working and what's not working in your local market and in your business. So guys, any questions, comment down below, and we'll talk to you soon.